You want to know what is the multi-generational workforce? Let's talk about it. In this video, I'll define the multi-generational workforce, I'll explain what makes it so powerful, and I'll reveal how you can bring that power forth. By the end of this video, you're going to understand what the multi-generational workforce is and how to work with it for the benefit of your business. The multi-generational workforce is simply a workforce that is made up of more than one age group, right? Just like the name says. It's like avocado toast, where the name of it is also the recipe. So there are 4 generations in 2026 in the full-time adult-aged workforce. And by adult age, I include professions that start pretty much after high school, or those where people would enter them after finishing maybe a bachelor's degree or even a graduate degree. So we're looking at starting anywhere between potentially 18 and 25, 26 years old, depending upon the educational path. Those 4 generations in 2026 are baby boomers, Gen X, Millennials, also known as Gen Y, and Gen Z. Gen Alpha and Gen Beta are the 2 that are younger than Gen Z, and they're simply too young to be in the workforce and even the legal workforce in 2026 in the United States. There's also the silent generation, still living, and some of them are still working, right? But for the most part, the silent generation, which are the parents of the baby boomers, have mostly left the workforce. By percentage, the 2026 workforce breaks down like this. Baby boomers are 12%, Gen X is 27%, Millennials, also known as Gen Y, are 34%, and Gen Z is 27%. Now let's fast forward to 2035. Baby boomers are 0% of the workforce. Statistically, they have left it almost entirely. Gen X is 21%, Millennials are down to 29%, and Gen Z is the largest portion of the global workforce at 31%. Again, those are the numbers for the year 2035. Now, just like the age groups are different for each generation, the approach to work and employment is different too. There are massive differences across these 4 incredible generations on what they want and expect from work, what they believe they should give to it, what they believe is the best way to get the life they want from the work they give. These fundamental differences are an essential defining factor of the multi-generational workforce. And any one of us that wants to succeed in today's working environment has to learn how to navigate across those differences. Also, it's always changing. Now I know this is so frustrating. It causes so many problems and so many challenges, but I don't think they're actually problems. I think that they are just what naturally occurs when you have people with fundamentally different approaches to life. And these differences, they are not bugs, so to speak. They're a feature. What I mean by that is they're not problems to solve. They are simply facts of the multi-generational workforce for us to embrace and learn how to navigate. But to be effective in the multi-generational workforce, an acceptance of constant change is a really great first step, just to kind of get into your bones and find ways to get excited about rather than be frustrated by. Also, it has massive power, right? Like, I got quiet there almost out of reverence. This is the best thing about it. In those differences and in the massive range of experience and perspective and expertise and brilliance and desire is power. It's that differences and the changes that it constantly causes where we can always be adjusting with what the world and what our markets need. And so again, part of what makes the multi-generational workforce is the massive power it has to care for people, to serve people, and to produce incredible business results. Now, to get that power, it has to be brought forth through communication, collaboration, and compromise. And so, because you want to know about that, the best thing you can do is go to the link in the description of this video It's going to take you to my video on how to manage the multi-generational workforce. It's full of specific information, tips, and ideas about how to get those great business results from today's complicated and complex but incredible multi-generational workforce.